Hi, my name is Celeste, and today I am talking about the temptation of plastic surgery. Because at my age, which is 59, I feel very tempted. I feel tempted to get Botox. I feel tempted to have my hooded eyelids done and the bags under my eyes. I feel tempted to do all of this. There's a reason I don't. Well, there's a few reasons I don't, which I'll tell you. But I've really been thinking about why has plastic surgery become so rampant in our society, especially with women. And I think it's because there has been an incredible amount of value put on our looks, more than on our brains, more than on our humor, more than on all the other amazing things women have to offer. We have been told over and over and over again how youth and beauty is so valuable. Well, yeah, it is. It's great and all, youth and beauty, but that is really not our value. And we've been brainwashed to think that our looks are more important than they are. For example, let's say, I don't know what a facelift costs, but let's say it's $10,000. And let's say you spent $10,000 on education for yourself to where you learned something incredible. And would you feel more confident about your intelligence now and all this knowledge you have? Or do you feel more confident because you just had your entire face lifted and you look, 10 years younger? And I just need to remind you that it doesn't matter, because when you become an older woman, an old lady, you're going to look like an old lady no matter how much plastic surgery you've done. Even the ones who have done really, let's say Jane Fonda, who now regrets her plastic surgery apparently, but she looks really great for, I think she's pushing 90 years old or something. But you're not, when you are listening to Jane Fonda, you're listening to her, the wisdom she has from her age. You're going, okay, she still looks like an old lady. She looks amazing for being almost 90 years old. But at that point, does it even matter anymore? Why are we so hung up on how great we have to look, how young we have to look? I really think it gets back to a lack of confidence. And I teach confidence to teens. So I'm really just tying all of this in because, I believe it all starts kind of in teen years. The emphasis that's put on our looks and our bodies are changing and all of that stuff that happens when we're teens is now, it will then become part of who we are as women. And if we're putting so much value on our looks as teenagers, that's going to just carry into adulthood. So I worked for a woman who had she got Botox, she had a facelift, she had a brow lift, she had everything done. And she started to look weird. And I just was thinking, I would rather have someone think I look old than look weird, And I think in her mind, she was, I look, 10 years younger. But why is that so important? Why? We need to stop and think about, why is looking young so important? And why has so much value been put on how you look? It's because we've been brainwashed. The male-dominated society has convinced us over and over and over again, through magazines, through TV, through movies, through everything, that youth and beauty is more important than all the other amazing things we have to offer, like our intelligence, like our humor, like our empathetic nature, like our nurturing nature, all the things that make women so great. And we're stuck on how we look. And I'm just tired of it. I mean, I understand it because I lived in Hollywood for 35 years where nothing is more important than youth and beauty. But, the older I got and the more I noticed how, especially in a city like LA and Hollywood, how older women become just kind of we don't care about you anymore. I really started thinking about, God, that is so much brainwashing to think that is what matters. What are looks? Looks are nothing but something you were born with. And now you're going to go out and spend all this money to try to maintain that. It's so ridiculous. And this is why I was thinking about, why haven't I done anything? I was thinking about what it would entail to go get my eyes done, and not that I would not get my eyes done, because I've hooded eyelids that weigh on my eyes, and it bothers me when I'm, say, watching TV. Like, I want to like tape them up like that. Anyway, so I started thinking about what it would take. I'd have to go see a plastic surgeon. I would have to, do some evaluation about what you want, not to mention the cost of how expensive all of that is. And then you have to go and literally get your face cut open, slits, wherever they pull it and all of that. And then you're all bruised and you have to heal. And I'm like, is that worth it? To me, it's not. It's just not how I want to spend my time and my money. And that's why I say I really do understand the temptation of it. It is tempting. I would totally do non-invasive stuff, whatever those things are. But why are we spending our time and our money and literally having our face cut open so that we can look younger? Like I said, it's because I don't think you're completely happy with who you are. Or no, let me say, I don't think you are putting your value on the more important things. You're putting too much value on your looks. And that's just something you're going to chase forever. Like, you're going to be one of those older women that then will start to look weird. I mean, you go into Beverly Hills and you see a lot of these older women that all start looking the same, and it doesn't look good. And I just don't want to do that. And so I don't think that we're putting enough thought into why are we doing this. I mean, like, I look at the Kardashians because we all know that they have done so much stuff to their face. And I thought, ultimately that's kind of sad that they disliked how they looked so much that they completely treated their face like, we could just get rid of this, get a new one. And I think that's kind of sad to hate the way you look so much. I mean, we all have things about our face that we don't like. Like, for me, these bags under my eyes drive me crazy. But they're there right now. And until I go and get my eyes done, I don't know if and when that will ever happen. But I'm just going to have to deal with the bags under my eyes. And I'm not going to put the value of what I have to offer as a person in the bags of my eyes. Or my neck that's, whatever. Like, we just have to really think about what are we going through the world offering? Our looks, our youth. First of all, what I've talked about before in other videos is the wisdom that comes with age. And I think if we can start teaching young women that their value is not in their looks. Your looks are a bonus. If you're pretty, if you're a young, pretty girl, that's a bonus. But that is not what you should be focusing on as far as what your value is. Your value is who you are, just the individual that you are, and the thoughts that you have, and the point of view you have about the world, and your intelligence and your humor. Those are the things that matter, not your looks. I mean, like I said, your looks are a bonus. It's great to be pretty and young. But I think the trade-off of the wisdom that I have now, the experience that I have now, it is so much more important than my looks ever were when I was young. And I think to all the brainwashing that was done to me, just living in Hollywood, because that is the constant message. That's the message all women have gotten is, your looks, and be pleasing to men, and everything that you do about how you look should ultimately be what men like. And honestly, why? We already have what they want. We already are what they want. So, and it's natural to want to look, be attractive to the opposite sex. That's, or same sex, depending on what you're, who you are. But it's just that we are putting way too much value on our looks, and therefore we are going to spend money and time and literally have our faces cut open so that we can chase youth. I don't think we should do it. I think you should do non-invasive stuff. I'm not saying, no, I am very your body, your face, your choice, all of that. Do what you want. But I'm just saying, I think we need to put thought into why we're doing it. Is it because you don't have the confidence in who you are as a person? you don't have confidence in your intelligence, or you don't think you have more to offer than just how you look. I'm just saying, I think it's something to think about. And I'm just trying to, help women feel more confident, because again, we've been so brainwashed for so long into not being comfortable with just who we are born as. It's always something we're chasing, looks and youth and beauty, and the amount of money that is spent on the beauty industry. And I'm just trying to, I don't know, help people rethink that a little bit. And so if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.